Okay, this is the work of Paula Cowans. We showed a little introduction in the last show when we did Adger Cowans, the photographer. So now we're closing Adger's show and we're opening Paula. Paula's work has to do with works in metal. They're sculptures, they're wearable sculptures, and what she's doing is the structure is a very ancient system because the ancient mathematics of Africa, which are fractal mathematics, and she's using the symbols, ancient symbols of Africa as well. One of the things that appears in her works in this particular group is the triangle. The triangle actually appears in many different belief systems, not just in Africa, but in Africa predominantly, and it means ascending power when it's pointing up, descending power as it's pointing down. Normally, ascending power is from Mother Earth, and descending power is from Father Sun. So that's part of the works, and you'll find in this particular piece here, move a little bit, this particular piece here, it has a combination of both. So it has the up and down at the same time, which goes her diamonds, and she has the triangle. So you'll see that symbol there, and then you go see this particular symbol here, which is this two things united, which is an accord, agreeing with something coming together or bonding, and I think the name of this one is bond. So there is a correlation of the ancient message that would form part of the society itself that is being used in Paula's wearable sculpture. Here again, we see the diamonds, the up and down symbol, and sometimes she softens that out, making more into a lozenge. But you have that repetition, iterations and recursions mean going up and going down on the same size, yes. The same symbol. I mean, the same.
Some are smaller, some are medium, some are larger. So it's a reiteration of the symbol.
Her pieces, they're made in copper and in silver. And on demand, they can be gold-plated, or she can make them in solid gold if we have a client that requires that splendor, let's say. This particular one is very interesting because it's called Ileife. She made a version in silver and a version in copper. And basically, this is the map of West Africa. And you say, well, what's the other part? Well, the other part is the Rift Valley that crawls up and goes all the way to Mozambique down here, and it goes all the way to the Jordan Valley. So Ileife would be here, and this for Nigeria would be, and Ileife means wide land. And according to Ifa, which is the predominant trunk of the religions of the Americas, which would be Santeria, Candomblé, and Voodoo, that would say that this is the beginning of man and of Earth itself.
In pieces like this, which I would call path, because life has different journeys which we take, and path does not have to mean up and down necessarily, but a time for growth. So at one point in life, I was here very comfortable with everything I was doing in a profession, and then when I retired and started studying metals before I met Ray, who taught me to start thinking more deeply about what I was creating, and does it have meaning beyond, is it just a pretty piece? Then the journey to grow came here. It wasn't like a down in life, but it was a transition. And now I have grown with it to come to maybe here. I don't know. I don't want to say I'm up here again, but this is life. You get to a point, you come down, you grow again, you transition yourself. And so all the metal here is significant to has to do with the journey, has to do with life, has to do with feeling great about yourself, protecting yourself from. You just feel strong when you put on a fabulous piece of jewelry. What else? A wearable sculpture. It's transcended jewelry at this point because I used to do beads and I no longer do that. It's like something that has more deep meaning that I can explain from my soul to your soul. So when you buy my work, you're really buying a piece of my soul, and it's so appreciated.
All right, so now you got another content of this fractal structure.
Yeah. She said I could leave it all in home with me.
Put it in the back out. I want to put a sticker to show itself.
Yeah.
You have a little writing?
Right, I'm sure they have some in this gallery.
You look awesome. It's been like a year. Hi.
Yeah, Joy. Yeah.
Yes, Joy. How are you? That was great. Can you believe Paula is amazing? Hey, yeah, this is she's coming so I was
She's risen. Pretty excited when I was bringing.
where's Dennis? She never had Dennis. I don't know. She's there. She was next to me over there. Grace is the one of Adger too. It opens with this solo player.
Perfect.
Where's dinner? She does that. We had to go to dinner. Upstairs. And next thing we do, they jump over Wait to the one that Adger too. Where's dinner? She does that. We had to go to dinner. Upstairs. She was and next thing we do, over there. They jump over
That's why I retired. He had it all. This guy here didn't do anything.
He did another African.